We all know that the digital nomad lifestyle is a dream for many, but the reality of living and working abroad can be a bit daunting. If you're looking to move to a Latin American country, you'll need to figure out the best way to obtain a work visa. In this video, we will provide you with the ultimate guide to obtaining work visas for digital nomads in Latin American countries. Part 1. Understanding work visas. Definition and benefits of work visas. First, let's start with the basics. What is a work visa? A work visa is a legal document that allows a foreign national to enter a country and take up employment. Each country has its own set of requirements and regulations when it comes to obtaining a work visa. It's important to research and understand the regulations of the country you plan to visit before submitting your application. Now, let's take a look at the different types of work visas available for digital nomads in Latin American countries. The temporary work visa. This type of visa is typically granted for a short period of time, usually up to 6 months. This type of visa is usually the easiest to obtain and can be extended for up to 1 year if necessary. The permanent work visa. This type of visa is usually granted for longer periods of time, usually up to 2 years. It is more difficult to obtain than a temporary work visa and often requires a sponsorship from an employer. The entrepreneur visa. This type of visa is specifically designed for digital nomads who wish to start their own businesses in Latin America. This type of visa requires a significant amount of paperwork and can be quite expensive. Once you've determined the type of visa that's best for you, you'll need to start the process of applying for it. Each country has its own set of requirements and regulations when it comes to obtaining a work visa, so it's important to research and understand the regulations of the country you plan to visit before submitting your application. The process of applying for a work visa in Latin American countries can be quite complex. You'll need to submit a variety of documents such as passport copies, birth certificates, and proof of financial stability. You may also need to submit to a background check and provide proof of employment or a letter of intent from an employer. It's also important to remember that the process of obtaining a work visa can take quite some time. You should start the process at least 6 months before your intended travel date to make sure everything is in order.
Overview of Latin American countries offering work visa programs.
Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, and Costa Rica are all Latin American countries offering work visa programs for digital nomads. Mexico offers the temporary residency visa, which is typically granted for a short period of time, usually up to 6 months, and can be extended for up to 1 year if necessary. The permanent residency visa is usually granted for longer periods of time, usually up to 2 years, and often requires a sponsorship from an employer. Lastly, the entrepreneur visa is specifically designed for digital nomads who wish to start their own businesses in Mexico. Colombia offers the Colombia visa, which allows digital nomads to live and work in Colombia for up to 1 year. The application process for this type of visa includes a background check and providing proof of employment or a letter of intent from an employer. Chile offers the Chile visa, which also allows digital nomads to live and work in Chile for up to 1 year. The application process for this type of visa includes a variety of documents such as passport copies, birth certificates, and proof of financial stability. Argentina offers the Argentina visa, which is similar to the visas offered by Mexico and Chile. It allows digital nomads to live and work in Argentina for up to 1 year and also requires a variety of documents such as passport copies, birth certificates, and proof of financial stability. Lastly, Costa Rica offers the Costa Rica visa, which is also valid for up to 1 year. The application process for this visa includes a background check and providing proof of employment or a letter of intent from an employer. Once again, it's very important to remember that the process of obtaining a work visa can take quite some time and should be started at least 6 months before the intended travel date. It's also important to research and understand the regulations of the country you plan to visit before submitting your application. Advantages of choosing Latin America as a digital nomad destination. In addition to the digital nomad visas offered by Latin American countries, there are several other advantages to choosing this region as your digital nomad destination. Cost of living. The cost of living in Latin America is significantly lower than most other parts of the world, making it an attractive destination for digital nomads on a budget. Cultural experiences. Latin America is a culturally diverse and vibrant region, offering a wide variety of experiences for digital nomads. From exploring ancient ruins to sampling local cuisine, you'll never be bored in Latin America. Overview of Latin American countries offering work visa programs. Latin America is home to some of the most stunning natural beauty in the world. From lush jungles to pristine beaches, there's something for everyone in Latin America. Part 2. Researching and selecting the right country. Let's start by taking a look at the popular Latin American countries offering work visa programs. Mexico is one of the most popular destinations for digital nomads in Latin America. It offers several different types of visas for digital nomads, including the temporary residency visa, the permanent residency visa, and the entrepreneur visa. The temporary residency visa is typically granted for a short period of time, usually up to 6 months, and can be extended for up to 1 year if necessary. The permanent residency visa is usually granted for longer periods of time, usually up to 2 years, and often requires a sponsorship from an employer. Lastly, the entrepreneur visa is specifically designed for digital nomads who wish to start their own businesses in Mexico. The cost of living in Mexico is lower than in most other parts of the world, making it an attractive destination for digital nomads on a budget. It also offers a wide variety of experiences for digital nomads, from exploring ancient ruins to sampling local cuisine. Colombia is another popular destination for digital nomads in Latin America. It offers the popular Colombia visa, which allows digital nomads to live and work in Colombia for up to 1 year. The application process for this type of visa includes a background check and providing proof of employment or a letter of intent from an employer. Colombia is known for its vibrant culture and natural beauty, making it a great destination for those looking for an immersive experience. Chile is another great destination for digital nomads. It offers the Chile visa, which allows digital nomads to live and work in Chile for up to 1 year. The application process for this type of visa includes a variety of documents such as passport copies, birth certificates, and proof of financial stability. Chile is known for its diverse landscape, from the driest desert in the world to the snow-capped Andes Mountains. It's also known for its vibrant art and music scene, making it a great destination for digital nomads looking for an eclectic experience. Argentina. Argentina is yet another popular destination for digital nomads in Latin America. It offers the Argentina visa, which allows digital nomads to live and work in Argentina for up to 1 year. The application process for this type of visa includes a variety of documents such as passport copies, birth certificates, and proof of financial stability. Argentina is an incredibly diverse country, with a wide range of landscapes, culture, and cuisine. It's also known for its vibrant cities and stunning natural beauty, making it a great destination for digital nomads looking for an immersive experience. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is yet another popular destination for digital nomads in Latin America. It offers the Costa Rica visa, which allows digital nomads to live and work in Costa Rica for up to 1 year. The application process for this visa includes a background check and providing proof of employment or a letter of intent from an employer. Costa Rica is known for its lush rainforest, stunning beaches, and diverse wildlife, making it a great destination for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts. Now that we've taken a look at the in-depth profiles of the popular Latin American countries offering work visa programs, let's compare the visa requirements, costs, and duration of stay for each country. The temporary residency visa is typically granted for a short period of time, usually up to 6 months, and can be extended for up to 1 year if necessary. The cost of the visa is typically around $500 USD. The Colombia visa is valid for up to 1 year and the cost of the visa is typically around $500 USD. The Chile visa is valid for up to 1 year and the cost of the visa is typically around $500 USD. The Argentina visa is valid for up to 1 year and the cost of the visa is typically around $500 USD. The Costa Rica visa is valid for up to 1 year and the cost of the visa is typically around $500 USD. Factors to consider when choosing a country. Choosing a country to live in or visit is a significant decision that requires careful consideration of various factors. Several key elements can greatly impact one's experience in a new country, including safety, cost of living, infrastructure, cultural experience, and more. Let's delve into each of these factors to understand their importance and how they should be taken into account when making a choice. Safety is arguably the most crucial factor to consider when choosing a country. It encompasses personal security, political stability, crime rates, and healthcare standards. Before finalizing a destination, it is essential to research the country's safety records, including crime statistics and political stability. It is also advisable to consider the availability and quality of healthcare facilities in the country. The cost of living can have a significant impact on an individual's lifestyle, financial stability, and overall satisfaction in a new country. Factors such as housing prices, transportation costs, food expenses, healthcare expenses, and taxation should be taken into account. Researching and comparing the cost of living in different countries can provide valuable insights into the affordability and standard of living in each location. Infrastructure plays a vital role in a country's overall development and can greatly affect daily life. Access to reliable transportation networks, including roads, public transport, and airports, is crucial for commuting and travel. Other infrastructure considerations may include the quality of healthcare facilities, the availability of utilities like electricity and water, and the presence of modern communication systems. Good infrastructure can enhance convenience, efficiency, and overall quality of life. One of the most enriching aspects of living in or visiting a new country is experiencing its unique culture. This includes language, traditions, customs, festivals, cuisine, art, and history. Consider whether you are interested in immersing yourself in a different culture or prefer a more familiar environment. Researching the cultural aspects of a country can help you determine if it aligns with your interests and preferences. Language barriers can significantly impact communication and integration into a new country. Consider the primary languages spoken in the country you are considering and whether you are willing to learn or adapt to a new language. English proficiency is often an advantage, as it is widely spoken in many countries and can ease the transition for non-native speakers. If you are planning to work in the country, it is important to assess the job market and career prospects. Research industries that are thriving in the country, the availability of job opportunities, and the requirements for obtaining work permits or visas. Consider whether your skills and qualifications are in demand and whether the country provides a conducive environment for professional growth. Climate and geography can significantly impact your lifestyle and well-being. Consider whether you prefer a tropical, temperate, or arid climate and how it aligns with your hobbies, outdoor activities, and personal preferences. Additionally, the country's geography, such as proximity to mountains, beaches, or natural attractions, can contribute to your overall satisfaction and leisure opportunities. If you have children or plan to pursue education or healthcare services in the new country, consider the quality and accessibility of educational institutions and healthcare facilities. Research the country's education system, including international schools, universities, and academic opportunities. Similarly, evaluate the healthcare system, availability of medical services, and health insurance options. Understanding the social and political environment of a country is crucial for determining whether it aligns with your values and beliefs. Consider factors such as political stability, human rights records, social acceptance, and equality. Researching a country's political structure, government policies, and cultural norms can help you gauge its compatibility with your personal values. Part 3. Visa requirements and eligibility. Work visas are essential for individuals seeking employment opportunities in Latin American countries. While the specific requirements can vary from country to country, there are some general prerequisites and procedures that are typically involved. It is important to note that this summary provides a general overview and that specific requirements may vary based on the country and the individual's circumstances. It is always advisable to consult the official government websites or seek legal advice for up-to-date and accurate information. Job offer. In most Latin American countries, a job offer from a local employer is typically required to apply for a work visa. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by a local candidate and that the foreign worker possesses the necessary qualifications and skills for the job. Work contract. A signed employment contract between the foreign worker and the employer is usually necessary. The contract should outline the terms and conditions of employment, including salary, duration, and responsibilities. Valid passport. A valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months is typically required. Some countries may also request additional passport-sized photographs. Application form. Most countries require the completion of a visa application form. The form usually asks for personal information, details about the job offer, and information about the purpose and duration of stay. Documentation. Supporting documents commonly required include educational certificates, professional credentials, curriculum vitae, proof of work experience, and criminal background checks. These documents should be authenticated or legalized, if necessary, according to the specific requirements of the destination country. Health and medical requirements. Some countries may require a medical examination or proof of specific vaccinations to ensure that the applicant does not pose a health risk to the local population. It is important to check the health requirements of the specific country. Proof of financial means. Some countries may require proof that the applicant has sufficient financial means to support themselves during their stay. This can be demonstrated through bank statements, employment contracts, or letters of sponsorship. Work visa fees. There are usually fees associated with work visa applications. The amount and payment methods can vary between countries. Processing time. It is important to be aware that the processing time for work visas can vary significantly. It is advisable to apply well in advance of the intended start date of employment. Additional requirements. Depending on the country, there may be additional requirements such as interviews, language proficiency tests, or the need for a local sponsor or guarantor. It is important to emphasize that the specific requirements for work visas in Latin American countries can differ, and it is crucial to consult the official embassy or consulate websites of the desired country for the most accurate and up-to-date information. Additionally, seeking legal advice or assistance from immigration experts can help navigate the complexities of the visa application process. Mexico documents and forms. Valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months. Visa application form, available at the Mexican consulate, embassy. Letter of employment or job offer from a Mexican company, specifying the position, duration, and salary. Proof of professional qualifications, such as educational degrees or certifications. Official identification documents. Proof of financial means to support yourself during your stay. Proof of payment of visa fees. Additional documents may be required based on the type of work visa, e.g., temporary resident visa, NAFTA professional visa, etc. Qualifications. In general, applicants must possess specialized skills, knowledge, or qualifications that are not readily available in the Mexican labor market. The employer must demonstrate that no local candidate is suitable for the position. Depending on the visa category, specific qualifications or professional experience may be required. Colombia documents and forms. Valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months. Visa application form, available at the Colombian consulate, embassy. Letter of employment or job offer from a Colombian employer. Certificate of good conduct or criminal background check. Curriculum vitae, resume. Proof of financial means to support yourself during your stay. Proof of payment of visa fees. Health certificate issued by a recognized medical institution. Additional documents may be required based on the visa category, e.g., TP4 work visa, TP1 visa, etc. Qualifications. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by a Colombian citizen. In some cases, the job must be registered with the Colombian Ministry of Labor. Depending on the visa category, specific qualifications or professional experience may be required. Chile documents and forms. Valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months. Visa application form, available at the Chilean consulate, embassy. Letter of employment or job offer from a Chilean employer. Criminal background check from the applicant's home country. Proof of professional qualifications and educational degrees. Proof of financial means to support yourself during your stay. Proof of payment of visa fees. Additional documents may be required based on the visa category, e.g., temporary visa subject to contract, independent professional visa, etc. Qualifications. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by a Chilean citizen. In some cases, the job must be registered with the Chilean Department of Labor. Depending on the visa category, specific qualifications or professional experience may be required. Argentina documents and forms. Valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months. Visa application form, available at the Argentine consulate, embassy. Letter of employment or job offer from an Argentine employer. Criminal background check from the applicant's home country. Proof of professional qualifications and educational degrees. Proof of financial means to support yourself during your stay. Proof of payment of visa fees. Additional documents may be required based on the visa category, e.g., temporary residence visa, Mercosur visa, etc. Qualifications. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by an Argentine citizen. Depending on the visa category, specific qualifications or professional experience may be required. Costa Rica documents and forms. Valid passport with a remaining validity of at least 6 months. Visa application form, available at the Costa Rican consulate, embassy. Letter of employment or job offer from a Costa Rican employer. Criminal background check from the applicant's home country. Proof of professional qualifications and educational degrees. Proof of financial means to support yourself during your stay. Proof of payment of visa fees. Additional documents may be required based on the visa category, e.g., temporary work permit, specialized worker visa, etc. Qualifications. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by a Costa Rican citizen. Depending on the visa category, specific qualifications or professional experience may be required. It is important to note that the above information provides a general overview of the requirements for work visas in Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, and Costa Rica. Each country may have additional criteria or specific processes for different visa categories. It is highly recommended to visit the official government websites of the respective countries or consult with legal experts or immigration professionals to obtain the most accurate and up-to-date information regarding work visa requirements. Gathering the necessary paperwork for various purposes, such as proof of income, health insurance, and criminal background checks, is an important and often essential part of many administrative processes. Whether you're applying for a visa, seeking employment, or undergoing a background check, having the required documentation readily available can help streamline the process and avoid delays. Here are some tips to help you efficiently gather the necessary paperwork. Understand the requirements. Start by thoroughly researching and understanding the specific requirements for the paperwork you need to gather. Each situation or application may have different criteria, so it's important to be aware of what is expected from you. Check official government websites, application guidelines, or consult with professionals to ensure you have accurate and up-to-date information. Create a checklist. Once you understand the requirements, create a checklist or a document outlining all the necessary paperwork. This will help you stay organized and ensure you don't miss any crucial documents. Break down the checklist into specific categories, such as proof of income, health insurance, or criminal background checks, to make it easier to gather the required paperwork systematically. Start early. Gathering paperwork can sometimes be a time-consuming process, especially if certain documents need to be obtained from external sources. Start the process well in advance to allow yourself enough time to collect everything without feeling rushed or stressed. Anticipate potential delays or additional steps that might be required, such as document authentication or translation, and plan accordingly. Contact relevant authorities or institutions. Reach out to the relevant authorities, institutions, or organizations that can provide the necessary paperwork. For proof of income, contact your employer or tax authorities to obtain the required employment verification or income statements. Contact your health insurance provider to request the appropriate documentation. If a criminal background check is needed, inquire about the process and required documents from law enforcement agencies or specialized providers. Maintain copies and organize. Once you gather the required paperwork, make sure to create copies or scans of each document and keep them organized. Having duplicates will serve as a backup in case any original documents are lost or damaged. Organize the paperwork according to the categories on your checklist, using folders or digital folders for easy access and retrieval. Follow legal requirements and regulations. Pay attention to any specific legal requirements or regulations related to the paperwork. This includes ensuring that the documents are valid, up-to-date, and meet the necessary criteria. If there are any specific formats, templates, or authentication processes required, make sure to adhere to them to avoid any complications or rejections. Seek professional assistance if needed. If you're unsure about the paperwork requirements or find the process overwhelming, consider seeking professional assistance. Immigration lawyers, HR consultants, or specialized agencies can provide guidance, review your documents, and ensure that you meet all the necessary requirements. Stay updated. Keep yourself informed about any changes or updates to the paperwork requirements. Regulations and requirements can evolve over time, so periodically check for updates, especially if you anticipate a longer process that might span several months. By following these tips, you can efficiently gather the necessary paperwork, such as proof of income, health insurance, and criminal background checks. Being organized, proactive, and well-prepared will help facilitate the administrative processes and increase your chances of a smooth and successful application or verification process. Part 4. Application process and timelines. The application process for work visas in Latin American countries varies depending on the specific country and visa category. While the exact requirements may differ, there are some general steps and procedures that are typically involved. It is important to note that this overview provides a general framework, and it is advisable to consult the official government websites or seek legal advice for the most accurate and up-to-date information. It's time to discuss the application process for work visas in Latin American countries. Research and determine visa category. Begin by researching the different visa categories available for work purposes in your desired Latin American country. Each country may have specific visa options, such as temporary work visas, skilled worker visas, or business visas. Understand the requirements, eligibility criteria, and duration of each visa category to determine the most suitable option for your situation. Employer sponsorship. In most cases, securing a job offer from a local employer is a prerequisite for obtaining a work visa in Latin American countries. The employer must demonstrate that the position cannot be filled by a local candidate and that the foreign worker possesses the necessary qualifications and skills for the job. The employer may need to provide supporting documentation, such as a job offer letter, contract, and evidence of their registration or compliance with labor laws. Health and medical requirements. Some Latin American countries may have health and medical requirements for work visa applicants. This may include submitting a medical examination report or providing proof of specific vaccinations. Check the specific health requirements of the country you are applying to and complete the necessary medical procedures accordingly. Submit application and pay fees. Complete the visa application form accurately and submit it along with the required documents to the appropriate consulate or embassy of the Latin American country. Pay the visa application fees as specified by the respective authorities. Keep copies of all submitted documents for your records. Attend interviews or biometric appointments. Depending on the country and visa category, you may be required to attend an interview or provide biometric data as part of the application process. This step is typically determined by the consular or immigration authorities and will be communicated to you after you submit your application. Wait for processing. The processing time for work visas in Latin American countries can vary. It is advisable to apply well in advance of your intended start date of employment to account for any delays. During the processing period, it is important to check the status of your application and follow any additional instructions provided by the consular or immigration authorities. Obtain visa and travel. Once your work visa application is approved, you will receive your visa. Collect your passport with the visa and any other necessary documents from the consulate or embassy. Make travel arrangements to your destination country, ensuring compliance with any additional requirements, such as proof of travel insurance or accommodation bookings. It is important to note that the application process and requirements for work visas in Latin American countries can vary, and it is crucial to consult the official government websites or seek legal advice for the most accurate and up-to-date information. Working with immigration professionals or specialized agencies can also help navigate the complexities of the application process and ensure compliance with all necessary requirements. Highlighting potential challenges and how to overcome them. The application process for work visas in Latin American countries can present various challenges that applicants may encounter. Being aware of these challenges and knowing how to overcome them is crucial to ensure a smooth and successful application. We will highlight potential challenges in the application process and providing strategies to overcome them. One of the initial challenges is comprehending the complex visa requirements and documentation needed for the application. Each country and visa category may have specific criteria, forms, and supporting documents. To overcome this challenge, carefully research and review the official government websites or consult with immigration professionals who can guide you through the process and help you understand the requirements. Language barriers. Language barriers can pose challenges, particularly if the application forms or documents need to be filled out or translated into a language that you are not fluent in. It is advisable to seek assistance from professional translators or interpreters to ensure accurate completion and translation of the required paperwork. Additionally, consider enrolling in language courses or engaging in language exchange programs to improve your language skills, which can be beneficial during the application process and your time in the host country. Obtaining authentic documents. Acquiring authentic documents, such as educational certificates, professional qualifications, and criminal background checks, can be challenging, especially if they need to be obtained from different countries or institutions. Start the document collection process well in advance, allowing sufficient time for authentication, legalization, or translation, if required. Contact the relevant authorities, educational institutions, or specialized agencies early on to understand the procedures and timelines involved. Financial requirements. Meeting the financial requirements, such as demonstrating proof of sufficient funds to support yourself during your stay, can be a challenge. Prepare financial documentation, such as bank statements or employment contracts, that clearly show your financial stability. Consider consulting with financial advisors or immigration professionals who can guide you on the specific financial requirements and help you present your financial situation accurately. Lengthy processing times. The processing times for work visa applications in Latin American countries can vary significantly. Delays may occur due to high application volumes, administrative backlogs, or other unforeseen circumstances. To overcome this challenge, apply for the visa well in advance, allowing ample time for processing. Monitor the status of your application regularly and follow up with the consular or immigration authorities, if necessary. Changing immigration policies. Immigration policies can change periodically, affecting the application process and requirements. Stay updated with the latest immigration regulations by regularly visiting official government websites, subscribing to newsletters, or seeking advice from immigration professionals. Being aware of policy changes will help you adapt your application strategy and ensure compliance with the most recent requirements. Seeking professional assistance. Navigating the intricacies of the work visa application process can be overwhelming. Seeking assistance from immigration lawyers, consultants, or specialized agencies can help overcome challenges and increase the likelihood of a successful application. These professionals have the expertise and knowledge to guide you through the process, address specific challenges, and ensure that all requirements are met accurately. By understanding the potential challenges and implementing appropriate strategies, applicants can navigate the work visa application process in Latin American countries more effectively. Thorough research, careful preparation, early planning, and seeking professional assistance when needed will help applicants overcome challenges and increase their chances of obtaining a work visa successfully. Processing times, interview requirements, and other administrative procedures. When applying for work visas in Latin American countries, it is important to be familiar with the processing times, interview requirements, and other administrative procedures involved in the application process. Understanding these aspects will help applicants better prepare and anticipate the timeline for obtaining their work visas. Let's discuss processing times, interview requirements, and other administrative procedures for work visa applications in Latin American countries. Processing times. The processing times for work visa applications in Latin American countries can vary widely depending on the country, visa category, and individual circumstances. It is essential to check the official government websites or contact the consular or immigration authorities of the specific country to obtain the most accurate information on processing times. Generally, it is advisable to apply well in advance, as processing times can range from several weeks to several months. Interview requirements. Some Latin American countries may require applicants to attend an interview as part of the work visa application process. The interview aims to assess the applicant's eligibility, intentions, and qualifications. It is crucial to prepare for the interview by familiarizing yourself with the visa requirements, understanding your job offer, and being able to articulate your skills and experience. Practice potential interview questions and be prepared to provide supporting documents or answer any additional queries the immigration officer may have. Administrative procedures. In addition to the application form and supporting documents, there may be additional administrative procedures involved in the work visa application process. These procedures can include biometric data collection, such as fingerprints or photographs, medical examinations, or document authentication. It is important to carefully review the specific requirements outlined by the country's consular or immigration authorities and ensure compliance with all administrative procedures. Communication with consular or immigration authorities. Throughout the application process, it is essential to maintain open communication with the consular or immigration authorities of the respective country. They can provide guidance on specific requirements, address any queries or concerns, and offer updates on the status of your application. Promptly respond to any requests for additional information or documentation to avoid delays in processing your application. Once your work visa is approved, it is important to understand the visa validity period and entry requirements. The visa's validity will determine the duration for which you can legally work in the country. Additionally, familiarize yourself with any specific entry requirements, such as presenting the visa at the port of entry, providing proof of accommodation or return tickets, or completing customs and immigration forms. Consular services and visa fees. During the application process, applicants may need to visit the consular or embassy offices of the respective country. Consular services, such as document submission, interviews, or biometric data collection, are usually conducted at these offices. Be aware of the consular service hours, appointment requirements, and any associated fees. Pay the visa application fees as instructed by the consular or immigration authorities and retain proof of payment for reference. Follow-up and tracking. After submitting your application, it is advisable to keep track of its progress. Some countries provide online tracking systems or application reference numbers that allow you to monitor the status of your application. If there are significant delays or if you require urgent updates, follow up with the consular or immigration authorities through appropriate channels. It is important to note that the processing times, interview requirements, and administrative procedures can vary among Latin American countries and visa categories. It is crucial to consult the official government websites or contact the consular or immigration authorities directly for the most accurate and up-to-date information specific to your situation. Seeking legal advice or assistance from immigration professionals can also provide valuable support throughout the application process. Part 5. Financial considerations. Estimating the costs associated with obtaining a work visa in Latin American countries is an important step in the preparation process. It helps applicants understand the financial implications and plan accordingly. While the exact costs can vary depending on the country and visa category, let's explain how to estimate the costs associated with obtaining a work visa in Latin American countries. Research visa fees. Begin by researching the visa fees charged by the respective Latin American country. The visa fees can vary based on the visa type, duration, and the applicant's nationality. Visit the official government websites or contact the consular or embassy offices of the specific country to obtain accurate information on visa fees. Legal and documentation costs. In addition to the visa fees, there may be legal and documentation costs associated with obtaining a work visa. These costs can include expenses related to document authentication, translation, notarization, or any specialized legal assistance required during the application process. Research and identify the specific legal and documentation requirements for your visa category, and consider the associated costs. Medical examination and health insurance. Some Latin American countries may require applicants to undergo a medical examination as part of the visa application process. The cost of the medical examination will vary depending on the country and the specific medical tests required. Additionally, applicants may need to show proof of health insurance coverage during their stay. Research health insurance options available in the country and consider the associated premiums or costs. Travel expenses. When estimating the costs, consider the travel expenses associated with the application process. This includes transportation costs to and from the consular or embassy offices, any travel required for interviews or biometric data collection, and travel expenses related to document procurement or medical examinations. Take into account factors such as flights, accommodation, local transportation, and meals when calculating travel expenses. Application support services. Applicants may choose to seek assistance from immigration professionals or specialized agencies to navigate the work visa application process. These services can provide guidance, review documentation, and ensure compliance with the requirements. Research the fees charged by these service providers and consider including them in your cost estimation. Living expenses. It is important to consider the living expenses associated with your stay in the Latin American country while you work. These expenses can include accommodation, utilities, transportation, food, healthcare, and other daily expenses. Research the cost of living in the specific city or region where you will be residing and factor in these expenses when estimating the overall costs. Miscellaneous costs. There may be additional miscellaneous costs to consider, such as passport fees, photo requirements, courier services, or any other administrative charges. While these costs may be relatively small, they can add up, so it is advisable to include them in your estimation. It is important to note that the costs associated with obtaining a work visa in Latin American countries can vary significantly based on individual circumstances, visa categories, and the country of choice. It is crucial to conduct thorough research, consult official government sources, and consider seeking professional advice to obtain the most accurate and up-to-date cost estimates specific to your situation. Taking these factors into account will help applicants budget effectively and ensure they have the necessary funds for a successful work visa application. Financial requirements. Before we start this section, we want our audience to know that we are not financial advisors and the information in this video is strictly for educational purposes. Financial requirements, including proof of sufficient funds or income, play a significant role in the application process for work visas in Latin American countries. These requirements are in place to ensure that applicants can financially support themselves during their stay and contribute to the local economy. Let's briefly explain financial requirements and how to provide proof of sufficient funds or income when applying for a work visa in Latin American countries. Research financial requirements. Begin by researching the specific financial requirements set by the respective Latin American country for the work visa you are applying for. Each country may have its own criteria regarding the minimum amount of funds or income required. Visit the official government websites or consult with immigration professionals to obtain accurate information on the financial requirements. Proof of sufficient funds. To provide proof of sufficient funds, applicants typically need to provide bank statements or other financial documents that demonstrate their ability to cover living expenses during their stay in the host country. The specific amount required can vary depending on factors such as the duration of the visa, the cost of living in the destination country, and whether the applicant will have dependents. It is important to ensure that the funds shown in the bank statements are readily accessible and available for use. Income verification. In some cases, applicants may be required to provide proof of a stable and regular source of income. This can be demonstrated through employment contracts, pay stubs, or income tax returns. The income verification helps assure the immigration authorities that the applicant has a reliable means of financial support. It is important to provide accurate and up-to-date documentation to substantiate the income claims. Sponsorship or employment offer. In many Latin American countries, securing a job offer from a local employer is a common way to meet financial requirements. The employer may need to provide supporting documentation, such as a job offer letter, contract, or business registration, to demonstrate their willingness to employ and financially support the applicant during their stay. The job offer should outline the salary, benefits, and other relevant details to satisfy the financial requirements. Consider additional financial obligations. Apart from the immediate financial requirements, it is important to consider any additional financial obligations that may arise during the work visa application process. These may include visa application fees, medical examinations, travel expenses, document authentication or translation costs, and any other administrative fees. Including these expenses in your financial planning will help ensure that you have sufficient funds to cover all aspects of the application process. Language and currency conversion. Keep in mind that financial documents, such as bank statements or employment contracts, may need to be provided in the local language or translated into the official language of the destination country. Ensure that all financial documents are accurately translated by a certified translator to facilitate the evaluation process. Additionally, consider currency conversion rates when providing financial statements or demonstrating the required funds in the local currency. Consult with financial advisors. If you are unsure about meeting the financial requirements or need guidance on preparing the necessary documents, consider consulting with financial advisors or immigration professionals who specialize in the country you are applying to. They can provide valuable insights and assistance in ensuring that your financial documentation meets the requirements and that you have a solid financial plan in place. It is essential to thoroughly understand and comply with the financial requirements when applying for a work visa in Latin American countries. By researching the specific requirements, gathering the necessary financial documents, and seeking professional advice if needed, applicants can provide the required proof of sufficient funds or income, increasing their chances of a successful work visa application. Tips for managing finances while living as a digital nomad in Latin America. Managing finances effectively is crucial for digital nomads living in Latin America. As a digital nomad, you have the flexibility to work remotely while exploring new destinations. However, it's important to establish sound financial practices to ensure stability and make the most of your experiences. Let's discuss tips for managing finances while living as a digital nomad in Latin America. Budgeting. Create a budget that aligns with your income and expenses. Consider your fixed costs such as accommodation, transportation, and healthcare, as well as variable costs like dining out and leisure activities. Keep track of your expenses and adjust your budget accordingly to maintain a healthy financial balance. Research cost of living. Research and understand the cost of living in different Latin American countries and cities. Some destinations may offer a lower cost of living, allowing you to stretch your budget further. Consider factors such as housing, food, transportation, and healthcare costs when deciding on your next location. Currency exchange. Familiarize yourself with currency exchange rates and be mindful of the fees associated with converting currencies. Use reputable exchange services or consider online platforms that offer competitive rates. It's also a good idea to keep an eye on exchange rate fluctuations to make the most of your money. Banking and payment options. Set up a local bank account in your host country to avoid excessive international transaction fees and to facilitate local financial transactions. Additionally, consider using digital payment platforms or apps that are widely accepted in the region to make payments more convenient and secure. Emergency fund. Establish an emergency fund to provide a safety net in case of unexpected expenses or emergencies. Aim to save a portion of your income regularly to build up this fund, ensuring that you have financial security while living as a digital nomad. Health insurance. Obtain comprehensive health insurance coverage that suits your needs while living in Latin America. Research different insurance options and select a policy that covers medical expenses, emergency evacuation, and other necessary healthcare services. Take into account the specific requirements of each country you plan to visit or reside in. Tax obligations. Understand your tax obligations both in your home country and in the countries you visit or reside in. Consult with a tax professional who specializes in international taxation to ensure compliance and minimize tax liabilities. Keep accurate records of your income, expenses, and any tax deductions that may be applicable. Track and monitor expenses. Utilize expense tracking tools or apps to monitor your spending and keep a record of your financial transactions. This will help you stay organized, maintain transparency, and identify areas where you can cut costs or optimize your spending. Network and seek local advice. Engage with the local digital nomad community and seek advice from fellow nomads or expats who have experience living in Latin America. They can provide insights into cost-saving measures, reliable service providers, and other financial tips specific to the region. Plan for retirement and savings. While living as a digital nomad, it's important to plan for the future. Consider setting up retirement savings accounts or investing in long-term savings plans that will provide financial security beyond your nomadic lifestyle. By implementing these tips, digital nomads can effectively manage their finances while living in Latin America. It's essential to maintain a disciplined approach to budgeting, stay informed about local financial practices, and seek professional advice when necessary. By doing so, you can enjoy your nomadic lifestyle while ensuring financial stability and long-term prosperity. Part 6. Living and working as a digital nomad in Latin America. Exploring the lifestyle, co-working spaces, and digital nomad communities in different Latin American cities can offer unique opportunities for digital nomads seeking a vibrant and supportive work environment. These cities provide an ideal balance of affordability, infrastructure, cultural experiences, and a thriving community of like-minded individuals. Let's talk about the lifestyle, co-working spaces, and digital nomad communities in different Latin American cities. Medellin, Colombia. Medellin has gained popularity among digital nomads for its comfortable climate, affordable cost of living, and a growing entrepreneurial scene. The city offers a range of co-working spaces such as Selena, Atom House, and Co-work Latam, which provide modern facilities, networking opportunities, and events tailored to the digital nomad community. The city's vibrant cultural scene, lively nightlife, and stunning natural landscapes make it an appealing destination for both work and leisure. Mexico City, Mexico. Mexico City, the capital of Mexico, boasts a bustling atmosphere, rich history, and a thriving digital nomad community. The city offers a diverse range of co-working spaces, including Impact Hub, WeWork, and iOS offices, which cater to different work styles and preferences. The city's vibrant art scene, culinary delights, and affordable cost of living make it an attractive option for digital nomads seeking a vibrant and dynamic city lifestyle. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires is known for its European charm, cultural heritage, and bustling city life. The city offers a variety of co-working spaces such as Urban Station, Area Trace, and La Maquinita, which provide comfortable workspaces, networking events, and opportunities to connect with the local digital nomad community. Buenos Aires' vibrant nightlife, tango culture, and world-class cuisine create a unique experience for digital nomads looking to immerse themselves in a cosmopolitan environment. San Jose, Costa Rica. San Jose, the capital city of Costa Rica, offers a dynamic environment for digital nomads looking to immerse themselves in a bustling urban center. The city features several co-working spaces such as Impact Hub, Latam Co-working, and Alma Artisana, which provide modern amenities, networking opportunities, and a supportive community. San Jose's vibrant cultural scene, including museums, art galleries, and theaters, offers plenty of opportunities for inspiration and exploration. Additionally, its central location provides easy access to Costa Rica's stunning natural wonders, such as cloud forests and volcanoes, making it an ideal base for weekend getaways and outdoor adventures. Santiago, Chile. Santiago, the capital and economic hub of Chile, attracts digital nomads with its cosmopolitan atmosphere and thriving business environment. The city is home to a diverse range of co-working spaces such as The Workplace, Loop Coworking, and Nave, which offer modern facilities, networking events, and a collaborative setting. Santiago's lively arts and cultural scene, with numerous theaters, art galleries, and live music venues, provide opportunities for creative inspiration. The city's proximity to Chile's wine valleys, ski resorts, and picturesque coastal towns also allows digital nomads to indulge in a variety of leisure activities during their free time. In these Latin American cities, digital nomads can enjoy a balanced lifestyle, work in well-equipped co-working spaces, and connect with a supportive community of like-minded individuals. It is important for digital nomads to research and explore the specific offerings, events, and resources available in each city to find the best fit for their work and lifestyle preferences. By immersing themselves in these vibrant cities, digital nomads can enhance their productivity, expand their networks, and create memorable experiences in their nomadic journey. When working and interacting with customs in Latin American countries, it's important to be aware of cultural nuances, customs, and etiquette to foster positive and respectful relationships. Latin American cultures are diverse and rich, with unique customs and traditions that shape social interactions. Let's highlight some key cultural aspects to consider. Personal relationships. Building personal relationships is highly valued in Latin American cultures. Take the time to establish rapport with colleagues and clients through casual conversations and showing genuine interest in their lives. Building trust and connections can greatly enhance working relationships. Greetings and politeness. Greetings in Latin America often involve physical contact such as handshakes, hugs, or cheek kisses. It is customary to greet everyone individually upon entering a room or starting a conversation. Using formal titles and addressing people with their last names, especially in professional settings, is generally expected as a sign of respect. Punctuality and flexibility. While punctuality is appreciated in business settings, there is often more flexibility in social gatherings. Meetings or events may not always start on time, and it is common for people to arrive a bit later than the designated time. It's important to be patient and adaptable to these cultural norms. Communication style. Latin Americans tend to be expressive and passionate communicators. Non-verbal cues, such as hand gestures and facial expressions, are commonly used to emphasize points and convey emotions. Be attentive to these cues and strive to communicate clearly and respectfully, avoiding confrontational or aggressive behavior. Work-life balance. Latin American cultures often prioritize a healthy work-life balance. It is common for people to value personal time with family and friends. Respect these boundaries and be mindful of not encroaching on personal time outside of work-related matters. Dining etiquette. Invitations to meals are common in Latin American business settings. Table manners and dining etiquette are important, such as waiting for the host to begin eating, keeping your hands visible at the table, and expressing gratitude for the meal. Trying local cuisine and appreciating the culinary traditions is highly regarded. Hierarchical structures. Latin American societies often have hierarchical structures, and it is important to show respect for authority figures. In professional settings, deference to senior colleagues or managers is expected. Be mindful of these power dynamics while maintaining professionalism and seeking opportunities for collaboration and growth. Language and cultural awareness. While English is spoken in some professional settings, learning basic Spanish or Portuguese phrases can greatly enhance communication and show respect for the local culture. Being open-minded and demonstrating cultural awareness will be appreciated by locals. By being aware of these cultural nuances, customs, and etiquette in Latin American countries, digital nomads and professionals can establish positive relationships, navigate social situations with ease, and foster a more productive and harmonious working environment. Embracing the local customs and demonstrating respect for cultural differences will contribute to a more rewarding and enriching experience while working in Latin America. Part 7. Extending your stay or transitioning to permanent residency. When planning to extend your stay beyond the initial work visa period in Latin American countries, there are several options to consider. Extending your stay allows you to continue enjoying the benefits of working and living in your chosen destination. Let's discuss the options for extending your stay in Latin American countries. Work visa renewal. In some Latin American countries, you may be able to renew your work visa for an extended period. Check the specific visa regulations of the country you are in and determine if there are provisions for visa renewal. Make sure to follow the necessary procedures and submit the required documentation within the designated timeframe to ensure a smooth extension process. Temporary residence permit. Some Latin American countries offer temporary residence permits that allow you to stay for an extended period. These permits are typically granted to individuals who can demonstrate a valid reason for their extended stay, such as work or study. Research the specific requirements and application procedures for obtaining a temporary residence permit in your host country. Permanent residence. If you have spent a significant amount of time in a Latin American country and wish to make it your long-term home, you may explore the option of applying for permanent residence. Each country has its own criteria and requirements for permanent residency, which may include minimum stay requirements, language proficiency, financial stability, and other factors. Consult with immigration authorities or seek legal advice to understand the eligibility criteria and application process. Entrepreneur or investment visas. Some Latin American countries offer special visa categories for entrepreneurs or investors who wish to establish or invest in businesses within the country. These visas often come with extended stay options. Research the specific requirements and opportunities available for entrepreneurs and investors in your host country. Volunteering or nonprofit work. If you are interested in extending your stay for altruistic reasons, consider exploring volunteering or nonprofit opportunities. Many Latin American countries offer volunteer programs that allow foreigners to contribute to social causes while legally staying in the country. Research reputable volunteer organizations and inquire about the necessary permits or visas required for volunteering. Education or study visa. If you have a desire to further your education or pursue academic programs in Latin America, consider applying for an education or study visa. This option allows you to legally stay in the country while attending educational institutions. Research universities or language schools that offer programs suited to your interests and goals. Consult with immigration authorities or legal experts. Immigration laws and policies can be complex and subject to change. To ensure accurate and up-to-date information, consult with immigration authorities or seek the guidance of legal experts who specialize in immigration matters. They can provide tailored advice based on your specific circumstances and help navigate the extension process. It's essential to plan ahead and explore your options well in advance of your initial work visa's expiration. Understanding the specific requirements, deadlines, and processes for extending your stay in a Latin American country will allow you to make informed decisions and ensure a seamless transition to your extended stay. Benefits of long-term residency in Latin America. Long-term residency in Latin America offers a myriad of benefits and opportunities for individuals seeking a new chapter in their lives. From the vibrant cultures and diverse landscapes to the favorable cost of living and warm hospitality, Latin American countries provide an attractive option for those looking to establish a long-term presence in the region. We will highlight some key benefits and important considerations for individuals considering long-term residency in Latin America. Cultural richness. Latin America is renowned for its rich cultural heritage, offering a tapestry of traditions, art, music, and cuisine. Long-term residents have the opportunity to immerse themselves in the local way of life, participating in festivals, exploring historical sites, and building connections with the welcoming local communities. Affordable cost of living. Compared to many developed countries, Latin America generally offers a lower cost of living. Housing, transportation, and everyday expenses can be more affordable, allowing residents to stretch their budgets further while still enjoying a comfortable lifestyle. This affordability can be especially advantageous for digital nomads or individuals on fixed incomes. Natural beauty and outdoor activities. Latin America boasts breathtaking landscapes, from lush rainforests and pristine beaches to majestic mountains and ancient ruins. Residents have access to a wealth of outdoor activities, such as hiking, surfing, wildlife observation, and exploring natural wonders. The region's natural beauty provides endless opportunities for adventure and exploration. Healthcare and wellness. Several Latin American countries offer high-quality healthcare at a fraction of the cost compared to other parts of the world. Residents can access modern medical facilities, skilled professionals, and affordable healthcare services. Additionally, many countries emphasize wellness, with yoga retreats, spa resorts, and holistic practices that promote overall well-being. Congratulations! You've reached the end of our comprehensive guide on obtaining work visas for digital nomads in Latin American countries. We hope this hour-long video has provided you with the knowledge and tools necessary to embark on an exciting journey as a legal remote worker in this captivating region. Remember, research, preparation, and compliance are key to a successful transition. Safe travels, and may your digital nomad experience in Latin America be truly transformative. If you enjoyed this guide, be sure to subscribe for more travel content in the future and share the video with your friends and family.